Hey everybody, today we're in 2 Kings chapter 4, and we're going to read verses 8 through 37. And it fell on a day that Elisha passed to Shunam, where was a great woman, and she constrained him to eat bread. And so it was that, as oft as she passed by, he turned in thither to eat bread. And she said unto her husband, Behold, now I perceive that this is an holy man of God, which passeth by us continually. Let us make a little chamber, I pray thee, on the wall, and let us set for him there a bed, and a table, and a stool, and a candlestick. And it shall be, when he cometh to us, that he shall turn in thither. In other words, she had met a preacher. And this preacher came and ate with them quite a bit. And she was like, he's coming by this way all the time. Let's make him a room. Let's give him a place to stay. Let's put him a place where he can study. That way he's comfortable when he comes in. She is honoring the man of God this way. And it fell on a day that he came thither, and he turned into a chamber and lay there. And he said to Gehazi, his servant, Call this Shunamite. And when he had called her, she stood before him. And he said unto him, Say now unto her, Behold, thou hast been careful for us with all this care. What is to be done for thee? Wouldst thou be spoken for to the king, or to the captain of the host? And she answered, I dwell among mine own people. And he said, What then is to be done for her? And Gehazi answered, Verily, she hath no child, and her husband is old. And he said, Call her. And when he had called her, she stood in the door. And he said, About this season, according to the time of life, thou shalt embrace a son. And said, Nay, my lord, thou man of God, do not lie to thy handmaid. And the woman conceived and bare a son, at that season that Elisha had said unto her, according to that time of the life. Now, in verse 16, it talks about, Nay, my lord, thou man of God, do not lie unto thy handmaid. In other words, don't get me all excited for nothing now. Don't do it. Don't get me all excited. And then break my heart, because I want a child really bad. So don't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. But when God said something's going to happen, it's going to happen. And it did. And when the child was grown, it fell on the day that he went out to his father to the reapers. And he said unto his father, My head, my head. And he said unto a lad, Carry him to his mother. And when he had taken him and brought him to his mother, he sat on her knees until noon, and then died. And she went up and laid him on the bed of the man of God, and shut the door upon him, and went out. That means this little boy died in his mother's lap. She waited for this son. She prayed for this son. She had this son. And now this son has died in her lap. And she called unto her husband and said, Send me, I pray thee, one of the young men and one of the asses, that I may run to the man of God and come again. And he said, Wherefore wilt thou go to him today? It is neither new moon nor Sabbath. And she said, It shall be well. When she saddled an ass and said to her servant, Drive and go forward, slack not thy riding for me, except I bid thee. So she went and came unto the man of God to Mount Carmel. And it came to pass, when the man of God saw her afar off, that he said to Gehazi his servant, Behold, yonder is that Shunamite. In other words, I see her over there, the one that's been so kind to us. I see her. Run now, I pray thee, to meet her, and say unto her, Is it well with thee? Is it well with thy husband? Is it well with the child? And she answered, It is well. How can she say this? Her son has died in her lap. But we read on. And when she came to the man of God to the hill, she caught him by the feet. But Gehazi came near to thrust her away. And the man of God said, Let her alone, for her soul is vexed within her. And the Lord hath hid it from me, and hath not told me. Then she said, Did I desire a son of my Lord? Did I not say, Do not deceive me? Then he said to Gehazi, Gird up thy loins, and take my stuff in thine hand, and go thy way. If thou meet any man, salute him not, and if any man salute thee, answer him not again, and lay my stuff upon the face of the child. In other words, go as fast as you can. Anybody tries to talk to you, don't talk to them. Don't stop. Don't pass go. Play Monopoly, don't pass go. Don't delay. Hurry. And the mother of the child said, As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And he arose and followed her. And Gehazi passed on before them, and laid the staff upon the face of the child, but there was neither voice nor hearing. Wherefore he went again to meet him, and told him, saying, The child is not awakened. And when Elisha was come into the house, behold, the child was dead, and laid upon his bed. And he went in therefore, and shut the door upon them twain, and prayed unto the Lord. And he went up and lay upon the child, and put his mouth upon his mouth, and his eyes upon his eyes, and his hands upon his hands. And he stretched himself upon the child, and the flesh of the child waxed warm. Then he returned, walked in the house to and fro, went up and stretched himself upon him. And the child sneezed 7 times. And the child opened his eyes. And he called Gehazi and said, Call this Shunamite. So he called her. And when she was come in unto him, he said, Take up thy son. Now, this boy is alive. Now, this son has been dead. But Elisha comes in and performs this wonderful miracle through the power of God. And the boy sneezes 7 times. He opens his eyes. God has performed another miracle. But I love how it says here, he went up and lay upon, let's see, where is it in the verse? Where did I put it? Here it is. He went in therefore and shut the door, and upon them twain, and prayed unto the Lord. He shut the door to all the distractions, to all of the chaos, to all of the world. When God does something, He doesn't always do it out in the open. Most of the time, He's going to do it in private first. God did this wonderful miracle. He gave this woman a child that she had been praying for and wanting her whole life. And then he dies. But she had honored God's man here on earth, in private and in public. But how could she say it as well when she's running through the streets and people are saying, How are you? How's your mom and them? How's your son? And she's going, It is well. It shall be well. How can she say that? Because if my child had died, is gone, I don't know if I could say, It is well, it shall be well. But you know what? She knew that she was going to go get a hold to the man of God. And he was going to take care of it. God was going to fix it. It shall be well. She was confident. She knew that God had given her that blessing. God had given her that assignment. God had given her that child. And it was still going to work. It was still going to be well. Because when God promises you something, He is faithful to keep it. He is not slack concerning His promise. In other words, He makes you a promise. He's going to keep it. And that's something we can absolutely depend on. I'm so proud of y'all. Today's verses were a little longer than normal, but I'm proud of you.